nohints.com.
Hi everyone, welcome to No Hints. Today we'll be delving into our 5v5 for top 5 sidekicks.
And this is Nasras here, and I'm going to be starting off this week's list with my number 5, which is Dogmeat from the Fallout series. The one that I'd like to talk about in particular is the one from Fallout New Vegas. I feel that in that game it's one of the most helpful companions to the game. It's just one that you can get early on, and it does its job quite well. And it's nice if you're playing a sniper type of character because it is providing you with the correct things that you need, such as a melee and a tank in a Fallout solo game like that.
Alright, and my number 5 is Aku Aku from the Crash Bandicoot series. He's not really so much of a sidekick, but he's also a power-up as well. So whenever there's 3 variations of him. There's a first variation that allows you to have an extra life. There's a second one which adds another life on top of that. And when you get the third hit on him, he just jumps into your face and pretty much makes you immortal and just run through the entire level. I feel like he's one of the most effective platform sidekicks in any game at this point.
Number 4 on my list is Ellie from The Last of Us. The Last of Us is a PlayStation exclusive game that if you haven't played, I'd definitely recommend playing it. The reason why I feel Ellie is such a strong sidekick is because when you're fighting mobs of the people that are coming after you, she not only helps you fight, but she'll also sneak up on other enemies and attack them for you. There's an add-on where you can actually play solely as her, and there are actually a few missions throughout the game where you only play as her as she's trying to protect the main character while he's injured in the game. It's a very unique sidekick, and it's a very good part of the game, in my opinion.
Number 4 on my list is from the Borderlands series. We have Claptrap. He's the wisecracking, funny little robot that pretty much guides you through the entire game in each individual game, including the Handsome Jack collection, which in the pre-sequel you can actually play as Claptrap. Again, this guy, he's one of the most hilarious people you can have in your party. Really brightens the mood in what is actually a wasteland of a game. Claptrap is what really shines in that game.
Number 3 on my list would have to be Nightwing from Arkham Knight specifically. Yes, he was in other Arkham games, but I feel in Arkham Knight he was the most unique and the most fun. He comes from the city to assist you with defeating your main enemy in that game, and there's also certain parts throughout the game where you get to play as him when you're fighting Batman's enemies, and he comes in and you can do team combos with him and things of this nature. And he's just a very unique and fun character to see into an Arkham series come live from the comic books itself.
Number 3 on my list is Sully from the Uncharted series. Sully is Nathan Drake's right-hand man. He's in every single Uncharted game to date. Sully, even though in the 4th one he's a little bit older, he is still highly respected and highly useful in this game.
Number 2 on my list would have to be Clank from Ratchet Clank. The reason for that being is he is a robot, if you never played the game, that assists Ratchet throughout the game. He can go on your back, he can allow you to double jump with moves such as a jetpack, he can assist you with flying, such as like a helicopter type pack, and he's just a very sarcastic type character, and I think he adds a very humorous aspect to the game that's a fun cartoon type game that you can play, and it's fun for all ages. And I just feel like Clank is the perfect sidekick because without Clank, Ratchet kind of lacks in certain areas.
Number 2 on my list is Hal Emmerich, or also known as Otakon from the Metal Gear Solid series. Otakon, even though he doesn't directly impact gameplay with Solid Snake himself, he's the voice of the game itself. He just helps narrate the entire series and helps guide Snake to specific locations, specific missions, and also brings extra humor to the game itself. Otakon is in the 1st one, he's in the 2nd one, and also in Metal Gear Solid 4. We also see different variations of the same character in Peace Walker, which is his father, and in Metal Gear Solid 5 as well.
Now, my number 1 on my list is a game that I played as a kid. I've played all 3 of the games, and I enjoyed all 3. And my number 1 sidekick would have to be Dexter from Jak and Daxter. The reason for that being is he's a little mammal that goes around with Jak, and assist you throughout the whole game. And he, as kind of like Clank is, he's very sarcastic in the game. He's very humorous. It's just fun to see what he's gonna say, and he doesn't fully assist you with fight. And I just like his spirit to always look on the bright side of things whenever something gets down in the game and Jax is having a bad part of the game, like he's upset or anything like that. Dexter's always there to cheer him back up and get the game continuing on and make him happy and make him laugh, and their personalities collide, which is what you want in a sidekick, where Jax is a serious character, Dexter's a complete opposite, and he's a very sarcastic character, and that's what you want to see in any game that has a sidekick and a main protagonist.
Number 1 on my list is Ellie from The Last of Us. You really see this character grow along with Joel in the game, in the zombie apocalypse infested world. She's following him around from the very beginning of the game. Joel has to pretty much take him from point A to point B based on the mission that was given to him by the Fireflies. It's really interesting character, which we'll be discussing about more, since she's also on your list, Norses.
Yes, another reason from what I didn't bring up earlier that I like her so much is because if anybody who's played the game, Joel's daughter dies right at the start of the zombie apocalypse when it first starts happening. And it's very heart-wrenching because I don't have any kids, but I couldn't imagine it when I do have kids losing one of my children like that. So Ellie is a character that almost brings his daughter back to life, and I enjoy, as you play throughout the game, seeing the emotional attachment, the emotional bond that they build together, where they go from it just being, oh, I just gotta score her, to pretty much at the end of the game where he was refusing to let her go, and he refuses to, excuse me for the spoiler, but donate her to science.
Yeah, Ellie is a great character, especially towards the end of the game, where we get to actually finally get control of her. We get to use her with hunting while Joel is sick. We also get to see her experience growth as a character itself. There's a scene at the end of the game where she is pretty much going to get raped, and she does everything she can to stop that. She grows, becomes more badass as this world continues to throw more shit at her, pretty much.
And to be honest, I'm really looking forward to The Last of Us 2 to see Joel and Ellie continue to grow and continue to develop, and watch her turn into a young woman and help survive in the apocalypse with Joel. And I believe, if I remember correctly, at the end of the game, they went back to the brothers' encampment, and just seeing where they've gone from the last game and seeing how much they've developed.
Yeah, I'm really interested in the last game. I mean, the newest one, that's coming out. This is a little theory of mine personally that I just want to bring up in the video while we're here, since, add a little bit more content while we're at it. I believe that Joel is actually dead in The Last of Us 2 based on that trailer so far. I don't think this has been confirmed yet, but it'll be pretty interesting just playing the entire game as Ellie herself.
Well, yeah, I didn't fully complete the add-on because I do have The Last of Us, the complete edition, for the PlayStation 4, and I haven't done the whole add-on as Ellie, but you do have an add-on where you play as her as a kid. And I'd like to see what it's like with her as she gets older and playing as her. And if you remember the last mission where Joel rescues her from the science facility of the Fireflies, I can kind of picture where he did actually die there, and it's all like kind of in her head kind of thing, which would be kind of a unique twist on the game too.
Yeah, I think it would be really interesting in that. With that said, that was our top 5v5s for sidekicks. Don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, follow us on Twitter at officialnohints.
And also stay tuned for next week's videos, which will be on our top 5 bad guys in video games. And as always, this is Norses.
This is Aris.
Signing out, and I hope everybody has a great day.